tell you, so at UFC 32, so the first time, I know Dana likes to give him credit, which is not appropriate. The person who deserves the credit for SEG. So SEG opens up New Jersey in, I believe it was, first show we did there was, I think, November of 2000. And the key person involved in that was Larry Hazard. Larry Hazard was the state athletic commissioner and was someone that we lobbied and worked with to create a set of rules. And Larry ended up championing the event, the sport, and allowing it in Atlantic City, New Jersey, which was fantastic. Really have to give Larry Hazard a lot of credit because he stood up and said, "You can do this show whenever you want in my state." In New Jersey, that was a big deal. And SEG got New Jersey. So the first two shows we did in New Jersey were at the Taj Mahal, and Trump was not in attendance. The first time Donald Trump shows up at a UFC is UFC 32, which was in the Meadowlands, which was, I believe, spring or early summer of 2001 during the Zufi year, first year. And so there were a lot of celebs at that show, and I was doing the interviews. And I remember having a brief conversation with him, like early in the show, like, "Hey, I kind of pointed to the mic and I said, 'Hey, we'll do something. I'll come talk to you.'" And then I ended up not doing it because at the time he wasn't much of a star. So I mean, he was New York famous and everyone knew who he was and all that stuff. But I would rather talk to some of the pro athletes or some of the other celebs that were in attendance. I just say that just to kind of give you a perspective on where things were in the early 2000s, pre-apprentice.
So he
So
didn't attend the Taj Mahal shows because Dana White said he was at the first fight till the end. So that's not true.
so SEG does the first Taj Mahal show November 2000. I did all the meetings with the hotel, with the venue. We used the Mark Edis Arena at the Taj. I did all the meetings with all of them. I never saw him there, never met him there, didn't have to get him tickets. He was not in attendance at the shows that were at his property. Like I said, he doesn't show up until 32, which was at the Meadowlands. Um, and I think we used our in-house promoter back then was a guy named Bernie Dillon, and Bernie had done a lot of boxing stuff in Jersey and Atlantic City. And I think Bernie was the one that got him to go, that got Trump to go finally. So yeah, to
Why does
champion
Dana tell this story that's not true then?
why do any of them tell stories that aren't true?
Because he said,
That's a good
he
question.
he was saying, Donald Trump said, "Come here."